just looked at the most recent polls. Looks like Brock's pretty much a rock star. I'm concerned. I paid the last guy absolutely way too much money. And look at the mess I'm in now. You remember what happened to him, right? So, you think you can do better?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So what do you suggest? Maybe some good old-fashioned baby kissing?
I might steer away from that. That didn't work out too great the last time you tried.
He did it!
He did it.
Fair point. But he did do it. What you got in mind?
Thought you'd never asked. Brock's advisors think he has it in the bag because he's an incumbent. But I don't think that matters as much as they think it does.
Okay, go on.
Well, according to my research, the thing that matters in the past 3 congressional election cycles was not incumbency status necessarily. It was money.
Great. I've got loads of that from my days at Bain Capital.
Whoa now, Tiger. Whoa now. Easy does it. You don't want to spend too much because you don't want this to be a high-spending campaign. High-spending campaign means controversy. You don't want controversy. What you want to do is you want to spend more than Barack. You want to keep his spending at or below 65% of what you spend, and you don't want to spend more than $1 million yourself.
You mean you can't just throw as much money at it as you want?
No, you want to keep your spending relatively low. If you don't keep it low, there's only about a 50-50 chance that you'll actually be reelected. Okay, bear with me for a minute. So, you can see that if you meet the conditions, there's a 97% probability that you'll go from in office back into office, which is to say you'll be reelected. There's a 3% chance, even at that, that you won't be reelected, because you can't be certain about everything. And once you're out of office, you're probably going to stay out.
Yeah, so what if you don't meet one of the conditions?
Well, when you don't meet the conditions, things get a little bit interesting. So if you don't meet the conditions, there's a 50% chance that you'll be reelected, as opposed to a 97% chance if you do meet the conditions.
Oh, okay. It makes sense now.
I know, right? And look at this. This is where things get really interesting. So suppose you're a member of the House of Representatives who meets the conditions every election cycle. Well, how many cycles do you have to go through before you're likely to be out of office? Well, so if you have a 0.97 probability of being reelected if you meet the conditions every time, you want to multiply that by itself a bunch of times, let's say n times, and see how many times you have to do that before your probability is less than 50%. When you solve it out, you see that n has to be greater than 23 election cycles for you to be likely to be out of office.
You're pretty much a mathematical god.
Oh, please. You make me blush.
Hey, Mitt. How's it going?
I want to congratulate you on the victory. Of course, I wish I had won, but I'm happy for you.
Let me just say, you fought admirably. You're a great opponent. Sorry it didn't work out.
Sometimes it goes that way. What'd you end up spending? 20 million?
Just about.
Really? I spent about 20 million myself.
told you to keep spending down, but you couldn't. Spend, spend, spend. That's all you wanted to do. Well, you know what? You ignored my advice, so I'm glad you aren't president.
That kind of behavior isn't acceptable from a peasant like him.
We need to keep the commoners in line. They have to take care of that.
Why are you guys looking at me like that?